talk about manga.
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 It's one of our favorite hobbies to read manga.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Sort of. Yeah. We read a lot of manga. A lot of it. Well, I say a lot of it. There's a lot of people who read more than we do. Combined, we read a lot. But there are a couple of series we follow. A couple of them we've been following for years now, and a couple of them that have been a bit more recent.
Yeah. For me, it's more recent in general.
Yeah. They're all recent because some of them are newer, and recent because some of them were discovered just a little bit later. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some of the mangas that we follow and discuss just a little bit about them, what they are now. So I think you've got one you want to discuss first?
Yeah, I wanted to discuss Dragon Ball Super, of course, still ongoing series.
Yeah.
Of course, like many of you, I've grown up with Dragon Ball Z. I grew up with it, and I still love the story. It's a huge part of my childhood. Can remember playing Kamehamehas and reenacting fight scenes.
I can remember. I just did a Kamehameha wave yesterday, so I can definitely remember.
Yeah, still part of your daily routine, isn't it?
Of course, my daughter does them too.
Yeah. So I just love the story arcs from DBS, some of them, not all. A bit nostalgic, more, and it's still part of my everyday life because of playing Dokkan. Dokkan Battle. Still, if I'm bored, I'm just playing Dokkan Battle, and I like it.
I took a little break, but the 7th anniversary recently has gotten me to come back, start playing again, which I really don't like, but what can you do?
Yeah. So, for example, the story arc I liked in DBS was the Tournament of Power. It had some epic moments, some good nostalgic vibes with Master Roshi and Krillin and Piccolo fighting again.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good arc. I mean, if we're talking about the manga arc, of course, that's very different than the anime arc. So it depends on your point of view. We both watched the anime arc when it was still going on, and that definitely takes my preference. So it's the manga arc's not bad, but it does a few things differently. And when you've already seen the anime arc by then, it's just very difficult to compare the two and to choose something.
I think it had the same problem as Game of Thrones, that the manga was behind.
Yeah.
And so the story beats are a bit different.
Yeah.
But overall, the same vibe, the same ending. It's
not quite.
Sort of.
We've got one that comes out the same day as Dragon Ball Super comes out, and it's one that I really don't really like. It's Boruto, which is of course the sequel series to the legendary Naruto manga and anime series, which I love. I have to be very honest with that. I started following Naruto when I was 13 or 14, I think, maybe just a little bit older, just a very, very long time ago, and I loved the series and everything about it. So I started following it about the same time I started following One Piece. So it was a great part of my teen years and my early 20s, and when it finished too. And then, of course, I was originally pretty enthusiastic that there was going to be a sequel series, but I was never able to get into Boruto. I it's not my thing. I think it does away with a lot of the things that make Naruto good and original, which is fine because it's allowed to be its own series. It's just not for me.
Yeah, I understand that sentiment because I liked all the ninja stuff.
Yeah.
And the twist at the ending with the aliens, I didn't like that much. And
Boruto doubles down
on the worst part of Naruto. So for me, most recently, I've been really disappointed with the series. It's too.
I don't understand why you would be.
It's too long-winded, and all the karma and android stuff is getting annoying as hell.
But the new characters have such cool powers.
No, they really picked the worst parts of the ending of Naruto and doubled down on it, and it's a shame because it was such a special series, and I liked it very much.
Now Boruto is continuing for too long.
Yeah.
So we're gonna gloss over that one.
Yeah.
And skip straight to our I think it's our mutual favorite actually.
Yeah, I think so too. It's of course One Piece.
Yeah, obviously. So we're not gonna say a whole lot about One Piece because we're gonna be making a lot of separate videos about One Piece, and we'll be talking plenty about it. it's a genius story, and I simultaneously can't wait for the ending and hope it never ends. So yeah, we're gonna be talking a whole lot more about it. So I
Yeah.
think we best save most of that for another video.
Yeah, I just wanted to say quickly that it's one of the best stories overall.
Yeah.
I know, and like you said, I could talk hours about One Piece. Just it hooks me with the characters and the world building like no series has ever done. So it's unprecedented in my view.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's save that topic for
Save
later
the most
videos.
for the other videos. Yeah.
So the next, it's quite new. It's been going on now for a year, and it's called Kaiju number 8
Little
or
over a
Monster
year.
8. I like movies about kaiju. I like Pacific Rim, how cheesy it is, and Godzilla movies, the recent ones. I really like them. So it got me instantly interested with the kaijus, and the characters are really cool.
Yeah.
And the story pace and everything is just really good for a starting series, to be honest.
It's. I mean, we were pretty enthusiastic from the get go
Yeah.
when the first chapter was released. We both had immediately the feeling that this was going to be something that was going to be interesting for us. So, of course, it's still pretty new, so we'll have to find out how it continues, and we'll see, and we will definitely be talking about it in future videos too. So
Yeah.
and then we've got one that you only follow of the two of us. I started on the anime, and I'm gonna get flamed for this, but it's Jujutsu Kaisen. I watched the first few episodes, and I've not been able to see more. Yeah, tell me something about it, because I mean I've seen a few episodes, but that's it. So tell me about it.
So Jujutsu Kaisen is a series I started watching as an anime as well. Got really hooked straight away. I was blown away by the quality of the anime. And after the first season was finished, I started the manga because I wanted to know where it was going. I was really enthusiastic.
Obviously.
So yeah, I found enjoyment at first in the manga, but most recently I find it a bit convoluted, and it's been really chaotic and really long on not even the main characters. I think I'm missing the main characters as well, so that's taking my enjoyment out of it. Hopefully we turn back to the main cast and get some more get some more feelings with it, and then hopefully I will like it more. But at the moment I'm not really enthusiastic. No.
The next one is My Hero Academia, which is of course has achieved legendary status in the last couple of years as a manga and anime series, and is said to be part of the new big three, with One Piece and, well, another manga that I'm not really sure which one it's going to be. I started out watching the anime and then started reading the manga after the first season was over, and I really enjoyed it. The last arc has been a completely different vibe from the rest of the series, and I'm not sure. I think, and this is something I told you when the last arc happened, is that what this series needs now is a time skip, and a big one. At least 2 years, 2 or 3 years is what it's what it needs. And there was a time skip, but it was really short. And I think it was too short. I think we left the characters as teens, and they are still teens. And I think they should be at least young adults to cope with all the things that have been going on in the current arc. And having a longer time skip would have improved their growth, would have explained more of their growth, and would have made them more mature and more responsible. I think that would have been a better fit for the tone of this arc. But overall, I really enjoyed the series, and I think it might be ending pretty soon.
Yep.
Although it doesn't necessarily have to be. If they beat All for One, there could actually be that time skip that I was talking about. It could be like a 5-year time skip, and suddenly the main cast of would-be heroes are pro heroes and are preparing for the next generation of heroes and villains. Could be that's the way the series continues, but it's been building towards this conflict with All for One and Shigaraki for so long that I cannot possibly imagine there to be another even bigger threat in the series for it to build towards. So
Me neither, but maybe in 10 years when he's done with his other works that he's planned, he wants to come back to this world. I don't know, like
We'll see.
a Boruto Naruto vibe.
I hope it doesn't become a Boruto.
No, I don't hope.
Like we've got this offspring of
Yeah.
of All for One popping up every new arc. So no, I'd rather not. Yeah.
No. I just find it a fun story with nice characters and awesome powers.
Yeah.
And the way it clicked with me was because in my teen years, I really liked the series Heroes.
Yeah.
And they had all the awesome kind of powers. And it really reminded me of that series. So I was instantly hooked. And yeah, of course, there have been some weaker arcs. Before this arc, I have different experience because I like this arc. I like this arc a lot because it's wrapping up the stuff it set up all these years, and it got quite a bit darker actually.
But that's fine. But I would have just preferred if the characters had been a little bit more, a little bit older, a little more mature.
Yeah,
I think that would have improved the vibe of the chapter
yeah,
because they're still the same kids that they were in the very bright and happy-go-lucky first few arcs.
yeah.
When everything was still bright and colorful, and it shows their character development. But I would have enjoyed seeing them be a couple of years older than they were at the beginning. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm not gonna write it off this time.
No. Next one is a crazy manga called One Punch Man. It's crazy and it has a lot of epic art and in my opinion it has the best art from all manga I'm reading. Murata is really good at drawing everything. It's phenomenal.
Webcomic's pretty good too.
Yeah, it is. So it's a very clever story.
Yeah.
The plot line is just a parody on everything manga and anime related. I love it.
That's just it. It's a parody, and in the recent few chapters, I still have to read the last chapter. Actually, the recent chapters have been really good. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's good. It's good. Yeah, it's just
it's wacky, and I love it.
It's so much humor, so much action. It's just a series that's easy to follow and a fun series to follow.
Yeah.
It's always fun, just and not as dark as most animes and manga get. So
and another series that I've been following ever since it first came out is Undead Unluck, which is also world building wise a really interesting series. It's about characters who have very specific powers. They're called negator powers, which means that they negate certain rules in the world. So the main characters are Undead and Unluck, which means that Undead negates the power of death, or negates the rule of death, basically, which means he cannot die. Unluck negates the rule of luck, which means that she doesn't have any. What she does is she takes away people's luck if she touches them, and that person will have a very unlucky event coming to them very, very soon.
and is she sort of reverse Domino from Deadpool?
Yeah, well, no, Domino is just a very lucky person. In general, she is a normal person, although she's very unlucky. But what would happen, for example, if I were Fuko and I touch you right now, and I touch you like this, then a meteor would drop from the sky on your head.
Okay.
That's the kind of unluck that you would experience immediately.
One in a million chance is just happening.
It's just happening. You suddenly, when she touches you, you become the most unlucky person in the world, and something very bad is going to happen to you. And which, of course, you can imagine that they work pretty well together, because what she can do is she can touch the other main character, is called Andy.
Yeah.
She can touch him.
But he doesn't die.
He doesn't die, so he gets like this mega stroke of unluck. She can touch him for really long, and they really like each other, and her powers become stronger when she really likes someone, when she touches them. And then he can just sail towards the enemy, and a meteor will drop down on his head. He'll take the enemy with him, but he can't die.
Cool.
So that's
really fun.
And there's a lot of characters in there who have all kinds of negator powers. There's some really, really sad backstories in there as well. I think it's a really, really good story, and I think it's just hitting its stride with the culmination of the current arc. So I'm really looking forward to what it's going to do after this.
Hearing this, it's one I would like to read as
I've
well.
been telling you about it for a while now. It's really good. I've been following it weekly ever since it came out, so I'm really enjoying it.
How long is it?
It's about 60 chapters right now, I think.
Oh, it's not
Something
much.
like that.
Not much. Oh.
Yeah.
It's easy to pick up.
It's easy to pick up.
Still, it's no One Piece.
No. It's but it's a tip. I advise reading it. It's really good.
Yeah. Recently, I've started to watch another anime. It's called Tokyo Revengers. After the first season, I also picked up the manga. Really been enjoying it, and I like the Groundhog Day source code vibe it gave off, like resetting the time loop every time. And I was digging a lot of the characters, really cool from the get go. Um, I need to say it's a series I need to pick up again because it fell on the wayside. And yeah, I'm definitely picking it up again when I have some more time on my hands because it's an awesome story and I want to see where it goes. So yeah, it's a cool, fun series.
Yeah. And then we've got most of them. You have made it to the end of yet another AMF production. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and be sure to check out any of our other videos.